welcome guests. A little girl asked her mother a question. Mom, do all fairy tales start with once upon a time? And the mother said, no, dear. At least not the ones your father tells you. But this story starts with once upon a time. There arose a situation in hell. Every single married man who arrived there blamed his wife for his miserable situation and said it was her fault that they were there. The demons were amazed. And they kept asking this. They asked Stedman to come and do a poll on the men who had already arrived. And the poll was done, and every single man testified and said, the reason I am here, the married men, is because of my wife. There wasn't even anyone who said, I don't know. That category wasn't there. Every single man blamed his wife. Now the demons were amazed. This didn't add up. At first they didn't believe these accusations because women are gentle and sweet and kind. It's not possible that all of them can account for this kind of scenario in hell. But again they wondered, if all these individuals come and tell us the same story, there might be some grain of truth in it. So they had a council. They sat around the fire. No, this is hell. The fire sat around the fire. And they had a long debate. And it was arguments, and there were arguments. But at the end of the day, one demon was chosen. His name was Belphegor. And Belphegor was charged with the responsibility of going to conduct research on earth to find out what it is about women that sends these men to hell. Now, Belphegor didn't want to go. He was an archangel previously. That was his previous job. Now he's a substantive archdemon. He didn't really want to come to earth. But he was compelled to do that. His thought had been that they would take some of these men to the basement, which is Nya house. There was a hell, there's a Nya house in hell. And examine using various techniques. But everyone said, no. You go, you assume the body of a man, and they gave him 30 million shillings and a handsome body of a man. So Belphegor arrived in Nairobi, and he went to live in a place called Kitusu, and he rented a house there. His neighbors, I think, were called a two something. And they were friends. And as soon as he arrived, what he did is that he made it a point to be generous, and he made sure that everyone knew him, everyone knew how money he was. And then after that, he made it clear that he needed a wife. And let me tell you, everybody who had available daughters flocked to Kisumu, and all of them brought their daughters there, and he chose one. Her name was Georgina Karaoke. And I tell you, Georgina was beautiful. Oh, Georgina was beautiful. And he chose her, and he had a fantastic wedding. He paid for everything. It was fantastic, and he even enjoyed it, unlike most men. He had a wonderful time at his own wedding. But after living with Georgina for a little while, he began to fall in love with her. As a matter of fact, he fell deeply in love with her. Georgina was really pretty. But there was a problem with Georgina. All right, there was a number of problems. Georgina. The first and foremost was pride. And according to Belphegor, Georgina was prouder than Lucifer, and he knew them both. So he had the authority to make a comparison, and he saw this is prouder than Lucifer himself. And as soon, let me tell you, when Georgina discovered how in love Belphegor was with her, she took every opportunity to dominate him and to insult him. And she developed this obnoxious habit of jamming her fingers into his nose and then leading him through the malls, asking him, do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Every time he refused to buy her something, it was terrible. Belphegor was suffering. And you know, the challenge with it is that Belphegor would have been fine if only he had been given peace at home. But Georgina was obnoxious. She was arrogant. She couldn't stay with servants. She made life so uncomfortable that even the demons that came with Belphegor from hell went back. And they said, if this is how life is going to be, we'd rather burn than live in a house dominated by a woman like this. And they left. So Belphegor is left all alone, him and Georgina. Georgina was expensive to maintain. If it wasn't her brothers, it was her sisters, it was the society, it was clothes, it was all these things. And sooner or later, what happened to Belfagor is that he seriously got into debt. His money was finished, and 30 million was done. 2 years, that's it. It was done. So he started issuing post-dated checks. In the hope that something would happen, someone would come and rescue him. And soon enough, everyone in that town, everyone in Kitusulu had a post-dated check from Belfagor. Then they realized, this is a security risk. So they all came for him. When he saw them coming, Belfagor fled. Through Mukoro Kayaba, straight to Sinai. And at Sinai, he met a person who was a Mutua seller. And he told him, please hide me. So this guy hid him underneath some intestines of a goat. He covered them with them, and then Belfagor is just there trembling. The guys were looking for them, they went. So he came out and he decided, listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you rich. I will go and possess someone's daughter, and then it's only you who can get me out. And you lasted for 5 million shillings. And he went to a prominent politician's daughter, jumped into her, possessed her, and it is only the Mutura seller who could get him out. That girl was paid 5 million, he was happy. Belfagor told him, do not ever let me see you again. And he went. But Belfagor went to Mombasa and entered another grave. Now when the parents saw this problem, and they realized that someone who can solve it, they sent for the Mutura seller immediately. And he tried to resist. He said, look, I don't know whether this will work. I don't know what will happen. Please, let me just have mercy on me. And they told him, listen, it's either you get this demon out or you go to committee. So what he told them to do is make an arrangement. They had a giant podium. He told them to bring everybody in Mombasa there and put them on stage. And then he told them, look, do this. Put some people with trumpets there on the side of the stage. And when I come with the girl, I'm going to drop my hat, and as soon as I drop my hat, the trumpet guys are going to blow. Make a very loud noise. So they're coming, the demon-possessed girl, Belfagor is inside, he's insulting her. Who is your mother? Who is your mother? Eh? Today you know me, and you'll finish you. Finish! We see. And they're going closer and closer, closer, closer to the stage. And he's trying to plead with Belfagor, please come out, please come out, please come out. Then at the last possible moment, this Mutura seller dropped his hat. When he dropped his hat, the people with the trumpet sounded, it was a loud noise. So Belfagor got a shock. What is that? What is that? What is that? The Mutura seller said, Belfagor, it's Georgina, your wife. She's coming to get you. You should have seen the terror on Belfagor's face. He did not even think to see whether it was possible or probable that this was happening. He fled immediately and went to hell straight. That's what I call girl power. Madam Joseph.